Hi, it's Dr. Curtis again, and I'm going to review the curriculum for the MA in Org Leadership now. And so here's what you're going to see for each semester, and this, it generally follows the same kind of pattern. We have courses in the fall semester and spring semester that look alike. They're 15 weeks long, and they're either online or face-to-face. Okay, face-to-face classes will meet once a week from 6 to 9. So that's the same in the fall and the spring semester. Now, in the summer, it gets a little bit different. There's actually an accelerated component that meets all year as well, but let's talk about the summer first. So extended Maymester is in the summer. It's a 13-week semester, and that could be online. Sometimes you have blended classes where you meet once every other week or something like that, but they're generally more online classes over the extended Maymester. 13 weeks as opposed to 15 weeks because of the way the summer works. And then you have a residential or face-to-face summer 1 and summer 2. So summer 1 and summer 2 are 5-week courses face-to-face. Now, what do we mean by 5 weeks? Instead of meeting once, classes meet twice a week. So it's like getting 10 sessions in, and it's 6 to 10 p.m. twice a week. So that's really concentrated. The upside is you'll be done in 5 weeks. The downside is, well, it's really concentrated. A little less concentrated, but still like that, is Accelerated 1 and Accelerated 2. And this happens in the summer, but it also happens the rest of the year. And these are 7-week courses. They are generally face-to-face with an online component. That means you show up to class once a week from 6 to 10, and then you also have work to do online each week. So you're essentially getting a 14-week course condensed into 7 weeks. Okay, so that's Accelerated 1 and 2. In fact, I've made provisions in a couple of classes where the accelerated course was completely online for those that just aren't in the area. So I've done this with a number of leadership courses in the past. Now, let's talk about the curriculum. First, you have foundation courses. There are 9 hours. So the first class is busy 6:07, then 6:10. Oh, so you have a fundamentals of leadership, then you have a management class, and then you have an ethics class. Those are your foundation courses. And you want to generally try to take those first, although if there's something that's only offered periodically, we'll advise you that, hey, you can only do this every so often, so you might want to think about that. But otherwise, you should try to knock out 6:07, 6:10, and 6:23 first. Then you have core courses. Now these are your core leadership courses. So you have a choice, 4 out of 5. So you don't have to take any one of these, but you have to take 4 out of the 5. So the first is 611 Advanced Human Resource Management. Some people feel like they have a greater need for that than others, and you can choose what you want to do. The second is Advanced Organizational Behavior. That's pretty much a must. You don't have to take that course, but if you don't take that course, you're really missing something. Executive Communications, that's 613. 624 is Leadership Development, another, to my mind, another must. 634, Organizational Change and Transformation. And then finally, you have a capstone course. And a capstone, really, we mean a soft cap. Okay, so you had these core courses, and you can take the capstone while you're still working on it, but ideally you'd want to take the foundation courses, then the core, then the capstone. And when I say a soft cap, I mean it's not a capstone like it's taking all the knowledge that you have and making you produce it like you have maybe seen in other academic programs, but one that we call it a capstone because it's so important that you get this material that you cannot get out of this program without taking this capstone. Okay, this course particularly will really cause you to evaluate yourself and think about what's important and how you lead and those kind of things. Okay, then you have a number of elective hours. What you'll see here is that the first few, staffing, employment, training and development, compensation and benefit, and human resource law and ethics are all HR courses. Now, if you plan to go down that track, if you plan to pick up as a kind of a number of electives, hours in human resources, you have to do 611, that's the HR course, back here, that's Advanced Human Resource Management. You have to do that first if you're going to do these other courses. It's a prerequisite for it. Otherwise, you have a number of choices. 614, which is Information Systems, or Advanced Marketing Management, or Contemporary Business Law, or International Business and Trade, Entrepreneurship, Advanced Labor Relations. We have a number of courses that you may be interested in taking. So you have to do 3 elective hours. Now, some catalog guidelines. Again, I told you you should try to complete the foundation before your core and try to do the core before the electives and capstone, but you have a little wiggle room. You don't want to just jump into in your first semester the capstone. That's not going to fly, and we'll stop you from doing that. But you should try to move in that kind of sequence. Again, these are soft restraints. There is flexibility here. You're a unique individual, and we want you to be able to ebb and flow as you have needs. You have 6 years from the start of your date, from your start date to complete the program. Okay, it should take you about 2 years to complete the program. Most students take 2, maybe 2.5, 3 years. It really depends on if life gets in the way, and sometimes this happens. Sometimes, you know, you got a promotion. That's a good thing, or there's a death in the family, and that's not a good thing, and you have to ebb and flow with what life hands you. Okay, or you have to move across the country for a new job or something along those lines. Take time off. Here's what you need to do. More than anything else, you need to understand that if you prioritize this program like you would a promotion for a job, which this will help you get as you move into your career. If you prioritize this like as if it's as important to your success at work as other things you do at work, you'll be just fine. The people that get into trouble and that wash out of the program are those people who try to tack it on to everything else they're doing without altering their schedule in any way, or not scheduling in the study time, and then they do halfway work, and they submit this halfway work, and then they get a failing grade and they wash out of the program. Don't let that happen to you. Please give this the priority you need. Okay, so 6 years from start date to end, and you should be able to do that easily. If you sit out for 2 major semesters, okay, now I just told you that life happens and things get in the way. So if you have to sit out a semester because something just happened, that's okay. Try not to sit out 2 major semesters, because if you do, you'll have to reapply to the MA program and in the new catalog year. Now, grading. The standard grading breakdowns are what you normally see: A, B, C, and F. There is no D. Okay, there's no D in graduate land. Now, you see lines on the screen if you're looking at the video version of this, and there's A, B, C, and between B and C there's a line. And I'll tell you why in a second. And between C and F there's a double line. If you get 1 F or 3 C's, you're out of the program. Okay, let me say that again. 1 F, you fail 1 class, or you get 3 C's, you'll be out of the program. So be really careful. Now, while I'm talking about grading, let me also talk about this. Different professors have different grading scales. It's a matter of academic freedom. So one professor may have a 90 to 100 is a A. Another professor has a 94 to 100 as an A. My grading scale particularly is a 92 to 100. That's the top 8 points is an A. The next 10 points is a B. The next 12 points is a C. After that is an F. Okay, so different professors do it differently. Be careful and focus on each individual syllabus's grading scale. Now, let me talk about some important things that you need to know about drop add, withdrawal, or WP or WF. Okay, so the last day, so the semester begins, and then about a week later you have a drop add period where you can still drop a particular class or add a class without any financial charges, and just to get adjusted. Okay, that's about a week into the semester. Then the last day to withdraw with a W, to withdraw and just withdrawal, no penalty, is about midway through the semester. Now, tuition is still required. That is, if you go past that first week and you withdraw midway through the semester, you still have to pay your tuition, but you're still alive. Okay, and for some of you, when life happens unexpectedly, that may be what you need to do. It's not something that's pleasant, but it's a better thing than being washed out of the program. Okay, about midway through the semester. And then the last day to withdraw with a WP, that's withdrawal passing or withdrawal failing, WF, and there's really no reason to withdraw F. You might as well just try to gun it out and try to make it happen. If you're already failing at this point, just try to make it happen. There's nothing else that you can do except try to make it happen. But if about 11 weeks into the semester, when we get to the WP date, and you realize that life has just happened to you and you need to withdraw, WP is a far better plan than not continuing in the program. So we'll make these dates available to you, and you need to be aware of those when we get to these checkpoints. Now, what it takes to finish. I had a student that just this semester, as I'm recording this, just this semester, I mean, this was like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, finished the semester with a 2.9 GPA. So she did not graduate from the program. She has to go on and take another class and get a B or an A, just enough to get across the 3.0 line. So be careful with this, okay? She had so many B's and a couple of C's that she was below a 3.0. Don't let that happen to you, okay? Try to keep every grade, think of every grade as being of a very high importance, okay? So you need a 3.0 GPA to graduate. If you earn one FA, that's failing for absence, just not showing up, or WF, you are out of the program. No ands, ifs, or buts. If you earn 3 C's, you are out of the program. So be very, very careful with each class. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is your final exam for Busy 601. Now, you're going to go and complete an assignment after you watch this video, but at the end of this entire course, you're going to take a final exam, and that final exam you have to pass with an 80%, or I cannot schedule you for your next set of classes. Okay, so please be aware. Just pay attention to each module. You'll be fine. We're not trying to trick you. Okay, complete your MA student survey, complete all of the required hoops that we asked you to jump through, and we're not asking you for busy work. We're trying to get you situated so that you'll have no problems during the semester, and then complete your final exam. And when you're done, you've completed Busy 601. It's a non-credit course. It doesn't cost you anything, but it gets you prepared for the semester. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next module.